Hello everyone. Welcome to a new video on our channel. On this occasion, we are going to dive into the exciting world of how to increase muscle mass effectively. If you've ever wondered about muscle physiology, the foods that can boost your results, and the exercises that make a difference, you've come to the right place. Prepare paper and pencil, because we are going to break down all the essential aspects so that you can reach your muscle gain goals in the most informed and successful way. Without further ado, let's get started. Increasing muscle mass, also known as muscle hypertrophy, is a process that involves several factors, including muscle physiology, diet, and proper exercise. Muscle hypertrophy is the process by which muscle fibers increase in size in response to the stress and load imposed on them during training. The main mechanism behind the increase in muscle mass is the adaptation of muscle fibers to repeated mechanical stress. This is achieved through muscle protein synthesis and activation of satellite cells that aid in the growth and repair of muscle tissue. During resistance training, muscle fibers are slightly damaged, triggering several processes to repair and rebuild tissue. This includes the activation of satellite cells that fuse with damaged muscle fibers, increasing their size. In addition, muscle protein synthesis is increased, which contributes to the increase in the size of fibers. Muscle physiology and mechanisms of hypertrophy. Muscle hypertrophy is the process of increasing the size and volume of individual muscle fibers. This adaptation is a response of the body to the mechanical stress imposed during resistance training. There are two main types of muscle hypertrophy. Myofibrillar hypertrophy. This type of hypertrophy involves an increase in the size and number of myofibrils, which are the contractile units of muscle fibers. As these myofibrils increase in number and thickness, the muscle fibers themselves become denser and stronger. This results in a greater ability to generate force. Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. In this case, the increase in the size of the muscle fibers is mainly due to the increased content of sarcoplasm, the fluid surrounding the myofibrils. Although this form of hypertrophy does not contribute as much to absolute muscle strength as myofibrillar hypertrophy, it does result in an increased ability to perform repetitions and work for longer periods before becoming fatigued. Muscle hypertrophy process. During resistance training, muscle fibers suffer micro-injuries. Mechanical stress and strain applied during weightlifting or bodyweight training cause mild damage to muscle fibers. As a result of micro-injuries, an inflammatory response is triggered in muscle tissue. This involves the release of cytokines and other chemical signals that activate the repair and regeneration process. Satellite cells are inactive muscle cells that surround muscle fibers. In response to damage, they are activated and fused with damaged muscle fibers, providing additional nuclei and contributing to muscle growth. Muscle protein synthesis increases as part of the repair and growth process. This involves building new proteins that integrate into muscle fibers, making them bigger and stronger. Hormones such as testosterone, insulin-like growth factor, and fibroblast growth factor play a crucial role in signaling muscle growth. Proper resistance training can increase the release of these hormones, which promotes hypertrophy. It is important to note that muscle hypertrophy does not occur immediately after a single workout. It takes time and consistency to see meaningful results. In addition, genetics, rest, nutrition, and other individual factors can influence the rate and magnitude of muscle growth. A proper focus on diet and resistance training can maximize muscle growth and improve strength and performance. A proper diet is essential to support the increase in muscle mass. Here are some tips on what foods to include in your diet. Protein. Proteins are critical for muscle protein synthesis and recovery after exercise. You should consume enough protein to support muscle growth. Lean protein sources include lean meat such as chicken, turkey, lean beef, and lean pork. Fish, especially options like salmon, tuna, and tilapia. Eggs are an excellent source of complete proteins. Low-fat or low-fat dairy products, such as Greek yogurt and cottage cheese. Legumes such as lentils, chickpeas, and beans. It is advisable to distribute protein sources throughout the day to maintain a constant flow of amino acids, the building blocks of proteins. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates provide the energy needed for training and recovery. Opt for complex carbohydrates instead of simple sugars to maintain stable energy levels. Some options include whole grains such as oats, brown rice, quinoa, and whole grain pasta. Potatoes and sweet potatoes are rich in carbohydrates and nutrients. Fresh fruits, which also provide vitamins and antioxidants. Healthy fats. Fats are essential for hormone production and overall health. Opt for healthy fats instead of saturated and trans fats. Some sources of healthy fats are avocados, are also rich in fiber and nutrients. Nuts and seeds such as almonds, walnuts, and chia. Extra virgin olive oil is an excellent source of monounsaturated fats. Micronutrients, vitamins and minerals are vital for several metabolic and recovery functions. Make sure you get a variety of colorful fruits and vegetables to meet your micronutrient needs. Hydration. Maintain adequate hydration before, during, and after exercise. Water is essential for metabolic functions and protein synthesis. Supplementation. While it is possible to get all the necessary nutrients from the diet, in some cases it may be helpful to consider supplements such as protein powder, creatine, and branched-chain amino acids to support muscle recovery and growth. Remember that balance is key. Do not overdo it in any food group and pay attention to the individual needs of your body. Plan your meals and snacks to ensure you're providing your body with the nutrients needed for muscle growth and effective recovery. Resistance training is key to stimulating muscle hypertrophy. Let's explore in detail how exercises can influence the increase in muscle mass and what are the best practices to design an effective exercise program. Exercises to increase muscle mass. Weightlifting and resistance training. Resistance training is essential to stimulate muscle growth. Exercises that require resistance and challenge the muscles are the most effective. Here are some types of exercises you should consider. Compound exercises. These involve the use of multiple muscle groups and joints. Compound exercises are more effective in stimulating hypertrophy. Examples include squats, bench presses, deadlifts, and shoulder presses. Isolation exercises. These focus on specific muscle groups and allow for a more direct focus on the target muscle. Examples include biceps curls, triceps extensions, and lateral elevations. Volume and load. Training volume, the total amount of weight lifted in a session, and load, weight used in each exercise, are critical factors for increasing muscle mass. An effective approach is to perform between 3 and 5 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions per exercise. As you progress, you can gradually increase the load to maintain the challenge. Rest and recovery. Rest is essential to allow muscles to recover and grow. Give each muscle group enough time to recover before working them again. Adequate rest between sets and exercises is also important to maintain the quality of training. Training frequency. Training each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week is an effective strategy to stimulate growth. This can be achieved through a training division in which different muscle groups are focused on different days. Gradual progression. To continue to see gains in muscle growth, it is important to progress gradually in terms of loading, repetitions, and total volume. This can be achieved by steadily increasing weight, adding repetitions, or incorporating new exercise variants. Correct technique. The proper form is essential to avoid injuries and maximize results. Make sure you learn the correct technique for each exercise and maintain proper posture throughout the movement. Variation. Changing your exercises and routines periodically can prevent adaptation and stimulate new muscle stimuli. This can also help avoid stagnation in your profits. Rest and sleep. Proper rest and sleep are essential for recovery and muscle growth. During sleep, the body releases hormones important for muscle regeneration. Remember that consistency and patience are essential in training for increasing muscle mass. And there you have it, folks. I hope this video has provided you with a deep and solid understanding of how to increase muscle mass effectively. From the muscle physiology that drives the hypertrophy process, to the foods we should include in our diet and the exercises we should perform, every piece of this puzzle is essential to achieving remarkable results. Remember, the key is consistency, patience, and a balanced approach. Don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful and subscribe for more wellness-related content. Thank you for joining us on this journey to a healthier life. Until next time.